Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going straight inside the NBA locker room, so to speak. We've got the Athletics anonymous play poll results.
Exactly. No media spin, no fan theories, just what the players themselves actually think. It's a really fascinating snapshot.
And our mission here is basically to pull out the most, surprising, maybe the most revealing bits for you. It covers a ton.
It really does. MVP, overrated, underrated guys, the league's future, even like how they feel about the current style of play.
Okay, let's jump right in then. The MVP race. Now, a lot of chatter has it pretty close, maybe SGA slightly ahead of Jokic. But the players, they had a clearer favorite.
Oh, definitely clear. Gilgeous-Alexander pulled in 56.1% of the player vote. Jokic was back at 37.4%.
Wow, okay. So that's a pretty decent margin, actually.
It is, and you have to think it's tied to SGA leading that Thunder team to such a, unexpectedly great season. Was it like a 68-win pace mentioned? Incredible stuff.
Yeah, and there was that quote from one player, something like, "Love Jokic, but Shai deserves it." He felt the benefit of the doubt had to go to Shai.
Right. That really points to players maybe valuing that narrative, lifting a team beyond expectations.
Even though, presumably, Jokic still had the monster stats.
Well, exactly. Another player did mention Jokic's stats being superior, but the vote suggests maybe that team success, SGA's role in it, resonated more this year with his peers.
And it's a shift from last year's poll, too, right? Where Jokic edged SGA, and that matched the official vote.
Yeah, it did. So this year feels different. The players' view seems to have swung more decisively toward Shai. Giannis and Mitchell got a few votes, LeBron too, but way back.
Interesting. Okay, moving beyond MVP, what about the finals? Who do the players see taking it all?
Boston. Still Boston. Almost 58%. 57.7% picked them to win again.
Still the team to beat in their eyes, then.
Seems like it. Oklahoma City got some love, about 17.5%. In Cleveland, around 10%. But yeah, Boston's the heavy favorite according to the players.
Got it. And the future, the next face of the NBA. Any surprises there?
Huge coronation, basically. Victor Wembanyama. Over 54% picked him.
54% for Wemby. What about Luka?
That's the shocker, maybe. Luka Doncic only got 2.9%. I mean, that gap is just massive.
Wow. Speaks volumes about Wemba's impact already, I guess.
Absolutely. The potential his peers see is just off the charts, clearly.
All right, let's get into the maybe more controversial stuff. Overrated players. Who caught some flags?
Yeah, this is always interesting. Tyrese Halliburton was actually number one on that list, 14.4%.
Halliburton. Okay, that might surprise some people.
Right. Followed by Rudy Gobert, Trae Young, even guys like Gillen Brooks, Scotty Barnes, LeBron James got some votes there. Nobody's safe, it seems.
I guess not. What about the flip side? Underrated players. Who deserves more shine according to their peers?
Cade Cunningham topped that list. But interestingly, for folks who follow closely, former Raptor Norman Powell came in third.
Oh, Norm Powell. Okay.
Yeah, and Scotty Barnes and Jakob Holt also got mentions in the underrated category. So maybe guys doing solid work that doesn't always make the highlight reels.
Makes sense. Now, this I find really interesting. What did players say about the state of the game itself, the style of play?
Well, there's definitely some dissatisfaction there. Over 38% said the emphasis on analytics and threes is actually bad for the game.
38%. That's significant.
Yeah, and one player didn't mince words, said it was terrible, makes players fit a box, shoot too many darn threes.
So a feeling that it stifles creativity, maybe?
Seems like it. And even with rule changes trying to help the defense, a majority, 55.6%, still feel the game is too slanted towards offense.
So they want more balance, sounds like. Any specific mentions for the Raptors organization or coaching?
The organization itself didn't get votes for best or worst, but coaching-wise, Darko Rajakovic was 7th in voting for worst coach to play for.
Ooh, 7th.
Yeah. And interestingly, his predecessor, Nick Nurse, was 5th on that same list.
Okay, some food for thought there, for sure. So let's quickly recap the big takeaways then.
Right. Players strongly backing SGA for MVP this year. They think Boston's likely going back-to-back. Wembanyama is seen as the clear future.
And they're kind of skeptical about the analytics-heavy, three-point focused direction of the game, and feel offense still has too much advantage.
That sums it up pretty well. It's
Yeah.
just a really valuable, unfiltered look from inside the league.
Yeah.
Often pushes back against the common narratives.
It really does. Which leaves a question for you listening. Knowing what the players themselves think, how does that maybe shift your view of the league, its stars, and where it's headed? What does it really mean when the guys on the court see things differently than maybe we do? Definitely something to think about after this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.